Hello, how we doing, ladies and gentlemen? We are. You know what time it is, man. No, you don't. It's a new show. We got something new for y'all. This is the inaugural, the initial, the very first Rivals podcast between me and Took. We're gonna be doing this periodically. I don't know. I mean, the plan is every week, but
the plan is every week, once out of the week. Me and Will's gonna commit our time to not only speak on our respective teams, but there's a bunch of things going through in the NBA or any positive and negative things going on with the team. We try to and want everybody to engage in this. It's kind of a basketball alone show. Don't be trying to bring nothing else in here. You know what I'm saying? If you're Celtics and Lakers fans, this is the place for you as well. We'll call this your safe place because we're real fans. We're not fair weathers. We don't jump off wagons.
And as long as you in basketball and talking about maybe a rival game, come on down. Come on down. But it is a basketball show. Dale, who set it up for us, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man. So this is gonna be fun. We don't even have a whole template for this yet. Like how we gonna do it?
No template, man.
Hey, but we go wing it. We've been freestyling. We've been freestyling shows for longer than people been doing shows. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, man. Let's get this going. We'll start off with some news.
Man. We're entering the first week of the NBA season. We'll end in the first week of the NBA season. It's been a hell of a one so far. Introduction, first off, to the Los Angeles Lakers team last year that were first round outs, courtesy of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Last year opened up what I called a construction site where we ended up getting Luka in the trade for Anthony Davis. The Los Angeles Lakers organization is a little on a shutdown because we still have LeBron James, one of the best players in the world. So they have to acclimate with each other, at least for the time being. And now we start this season off with no LeBron. And just as a couple of days ago, no Luka right now for a month. So both of our stars are out right now. So it's up to our third guy through 15th to get it popping and get it through. So going to be a pretty interesting year with J.J. Redick entering his second year at the helm in L.A. Last year, we had a great regular season. I'm never going to take that away from y'all as Lakers fans and myself. But where I found out last year was couldn't hit shots where it mattered. Couldn't play defense where it mattered. And those are strengths that I would like to see improve from the Lakers this year is the three-point shot, smarter shots, rebounding as well, and also defensive tempo. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for leap from guys like Reeves, Rui Hachimura, looking for our young guys to develop as well. Not talking about Bronny James, though. I'm talking about
Dalton. We got to get Dalton out there more.
Dalton. That's the thing right here. That's the question mark because we know what happened last year with him. The trade that we got rescinded back. He has to find the confidence first off because I know he's probably still mad at his team and the organization for what they did. I would be too. But that's another thing. Our first round pick from last year, if he can kind of just man up and just know that, hey, it's going to happen in the professional game. He might be traded again. He'll be okay. And that'll be an added piece to what we have already. Not looking for much this season from the Lakers. But I'm just looking to just stay a little poised, stay respectable, and get a playoff spot. Not ask for nothing more. Not ask for a championship. And we blooded with championships. I'm just looking for a good, positive regrowth and this construction site to be ready soon and be a brand new palace, Luka Land. Where we can't get Luka Land without LeBron still being here.
It's funny. It's funny because I can attest and be the witness for Took that he's been calling this a construction site, the rebuild for not just this season. It was last season too. Like he was talking about that. It's more this season, but yeah, I think that was the plan. I think, but then you traded for Luka, and I think that's a weird way to be in the middle of a rebuild with a guy who is a phenom, like one of the top 5 players in the league. But I have to agree, for the most part, you are still somewhat in the rebuild. I don't think it's a classic rebuild, though, because you're you're like LeBron leaving and then getting one good player, which they always seem to manage to be able to do, to put next to him, to where that's not a rebuild at all. So with that said,
I feel like this rebuild will be a little better compared to, we'll say, Kobe and the Dwight Howard bridge, where the
06 rebuild. The 06 rebuild was wild.
06 rebuild with the Kobe and Shaq, it took a little bit. So this rebuild should be a little better based on where Luka is right now.
You by having Luka to start your rebuild, you're automatically ahead of like 90% of the league when they have to do a rebuild. Because you have you're not just getting a guy, like it's not like drafting a rookie. Like put it like this. Where he left, the Mavs, right? They pick up Cooper Flag. Now they got pieces around him, but they are still very much rebuilding around him. He's already established, Luka. He's already established as one of the baddest men on the planet. So you're way ahead in terms of that type of rebuild. But still a rebuild because you're not quite ready yet.
Hell yeah, man.
I got a question though. Do you think they believe that in the locker room though? I think in the locker room they believe that we're in it.
Yeah,
once Bron comes back, we in it.
That's the wackest thing about teams that for years have kind of gotten their way with the league. And as a fan, it's so hard not to be in that light. But I have to look at how this started, in a sense, to me. We went through a major rebuilding with Kobe still here. We ended up getting LeBron, and I felt like there was a certain points where it stopped for us in terms of momentum. And that could be a LeBron injury. That could be anything that happened. You know, the bubble championship, and then everybody dismantled. We didn't sign nobody back from that team for the most part. Everybody just left.
Right.
And I kind of felt like that was our chance to kind of get two. We didn't. We could have had two in this situation, but like I said, situations happen. And that's why I tell myself, like, hey, this has to change soon because we got an aging guy in LeBron that's only getting older. We can't treat him like we treated Kobe in a sense. Keep giving him money, and he's getting nothing but older. The team's not being helped out in terms of improving. We're just standing there. So even with Luka now, I think both guys can't play there. They can. They can and win games. But I just feel like at the end of the day, we kind of know what this is reading. One guy's out, potentially. Yeah. LeBron proved that this summer by just taking the $52 million because the Lakers didn't want to sign him. Right. So now, and then he starts the season off with sciatica. So, and then as of today, news is they might push it back another 2 to 3 weeks of his return. So instead of returning next week or something, he might return in mid-November, after November. He might return after Thanksgiving. Listen, let's see how the Lakers go. They might try to push this. That's something to look at.
Yeah, I saw this exact report from, where did I see this? Who said this? Oh, it was on ESPN, I believe. And yeah, he was saying, I'm told we're still in the range of about 3 weeks before we'd be targeting a return for Bron. So that's let me see this. This is a question. Do you think 2016 left because of LeBron team chemistry issues? Oh, no, the 06 team we were talking about was 06 Lakers with Kobe.
Yeah.
Unless there's something that I'm missing.
Unless you're trying to, I think unless the years
let's talk about 06 Bron in Cleveland. He had only been there for 3 years.
So really we're talking about the Lakers in 06, which I mean everybody felt like Kobe was a headache for the most part. He was still trying to get his mental into pair, you know, trusting players and things like that. That's the interesting thing right here. And that's why I see right here in the potluck, man, with us. We got
2020. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what he meant was did they not re-sign everybody from the 2020 team because of possible chemistry issues? I might have been a little part of it. I think it's a little part of it.
No, because if you keep it real, everybody on that team that year kind of messed with LeBron in a sense. Like everybody on that roster had the ultimate respect for LeBron. This is where the Lakers here now. And this is why this contract situation with LeBron, the extension, you know, he opted into the contract. Rob Pelinka. You have a standstill. You have LeBron James ultimately versus Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka is holding the runs and all that. That's Kobe's guy. LeBron has his own people. So it's just a butt of heads. I don't think it was the team. I just think it was like Pelinka and them not willing to sign guys, not willing to think that these guys can do it again, and thinking like, oh, we have LeBron. You could just mix and match people to play with LeBron. No. You may think that based on what LeBron's had in the past.
They got to be shooters. They got to be shooters.
He's very strategic of who he wants around him. And I think if he didn't want that 2020 team around him, because we've seen him the year before, when he was in Cleveland, get rid of Dwayne Wade, his homie, Derrick Rose. They got rid of mad homies that he thought would work. But once they didn't work, LeBron's like, no. I don't think with this team, this 2020 team, I think management upstairs was the issue for why these guys didn't get re-signed.
I think the reason that question came up was because there's been multiple recent reports of people talking about things aren't always what it seems with LeBron in terms of he seems super supportive, and I think one of the examples they use is that when he said that don't fit in, fit out shit to Luka, he was he would say stuff like that to everybody all the time, but then behind closed doors, it seemed a lot different, is what people have been saying. A lot of that's hearsay. I don't know how much of that is corroborated by other players. You just kind of see a few guys who may be bitter, and maybe the chemistry problem was them, not him, So there's no way to really know.
Probably the state says faction of people, and then when the lights are on, he knows how to portray himself in the lights. What I will say is that I've always said this about LeBron, is that it is tough to play with him, especially if you're the second best player on the team. And here's why. You're basically the whipping boy, because whenever something goes wrong, it's not going to be LeBron who gets blamed, ever. It's never going to be him that, unless it's the time he choked against the Mavs. Then he got blamed for all of that, actually. Every bit of that he got blamed for. But other than that, think about Kyrie's whole run. Whenever they would lose, it's Kyrie not doing enough, or he doesn't got enough around him. But when and that's not even LeBron's fault. That's the league protecting their biggest star by far on the planet. So, the media is going to play with that automatically. They're going, oh, LeBron's so great. It can't be him. That's the problem. It got to be somebody else. I think that's also why they jumped on him so bad for the Mavs series, because it was the final time they were like, oh, we got something that we could blame now. We know this was you. You didn't show up for any fourth quarters in this series. We know it's you. And so I think that's why the media went so crazy on him, even though it was he had some tough fourth quarters, but he was carrying for the first three quarters of every one of those games. So it was kind of weird that they piled on him like that. Yeah, man. This season so far without LeBron, and like I said, Luka's out for about a week and some change, dealing with some issues after a great showing in the first two games that he played with the Lakers. Lose a game last night, very difficult to watch. We lost to the Trailblazers, 122-108. They getting an emotion of a new coach and Diago Splitter after the leave personally of Chauncey Billups. We know he's dealing with the gambling scandal. Austin Reeves has been lighting it up though. He had 41 last night. The night before that, against the Kings, he lit up for 51 in a win against the Kings. And like I said, this season, we have to be better shooting the three-point ball. Last night, we was 7 for 27. It's not going to work in the NBA. You're not going to be able to win games like that. You can't let these performances from anybody, I say, scoring 40 or more to lose the game. We lost against the Portland team. I feel like this year, they're youngest lineup in the league, but they got some rejuvenation with them. And if they can have the spark that they was going to have with Chauncey Billups, now with Diago Splitter, I'm not saying watch out for the Blazers, but this team is pretty cool, and they got some decent veterans on their bench. Drew Holiday had 24 last night. Dajija, I think his name is. I can't even pronounce it.
I love him. I love Avija, man. He can play defense. He can shoot the three.
It was just he's just been pitting and working.
To be fair, I got two things to say about that game. One, you guys were down 7 players. It wasn't just the 2 stars or LeBron. You guys were down 7 guys. So you're in there with what rosters carry like 15 or like 14 and 13 into a game. You're down 7. They were out there playing with like 6, 7, 8 people. Like it's not
playing with basically like because 3 of the players that were on the bench are guys that really don't even get in the game and they didn't really get no effect on us. Like LeBron James played 20 minutes last night.
It's absurd.
Donut, he didn't give us nothing.
Yeah, no buckets.
No buckets. 20 minutes.
It's not going well for bro. I'm glad he's living his dream, but it's not going well for bro.
No buckets.
Wherever Bron go next, he better take him with him, or he going right to the G.
Our team's really flat. Like from 6 on, our team is flat.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to make stars, big players.
Here's the thing, though. Now this is obviously easier said than done. We've seen other players not be able to do this, but if Austin Reeves can find a way, obviously he's not going to score 41 or 51 every night, right? But if he can find a way to shoot at that clip, to be that efficient as your third star, dangerous team. Because once you get Braun and Luka back, that type of shooting on the wing, he's going to be open the entire game.
Entire time, right. It's going to set up. And that's why I said it's going to be for him this season. And I know he regrets a little bit too, because last year, I remember game 4, basically your season's on the line, and Minnesota missed 6 threes, 6 or 7 ones that swung the game in the favor of Minnesota. And I know he sat down in the summertime and was like, yo, I got to do this. Especially, like you said, when you're in a LeBron camp. Until LeBron's not there no more, you're part of the LeBron camp. So if Luka's going to do, for instance, what Dwayne Wade's going to do, that's going to be Luka's role.
Right.
Austin Reeves,
got to be the love.
At Chris Bosh's game, not saying that you.
Yeah, Bosh. He got to be Bosh love, that number 3 gun.
You got to hit the jumper.
So got to hit it.
His confidence blowing up right now. To have 2 40-point games in the NBA, 40-point games against whoever is significant. It's dope.
When he was missing those 7 threes you was talking about in that game last year, when he was missing those 7, it reminded me so much of that series where Harrison Barnes couldn't buy a bucket for the Warriors. And like, it was tough because they were specifically leaving him open. And if he hit those shots, they win that series, but he just couldn't hit them. And I was worried that he was going to get the Harrison Barnes treatment, that they were going to come the next year and be like, yeah, nope, not a fit, got to go. But luckily they stayed with him. It looks like it's going to pay off because he's a multifaceted player. Yeah, he can give you buckets, but he can also run the one at times and help you out when. Yeah, so I love Austin Reeves' game. I think he's a killer. His bag is crazy. No one talks about his bag. Not enough. Like, go back and even watch, and it's not an NBA bag. A lot of guys come into the league, they get that very stiff NBA bag. At Oklahoma, he had it then. So it's not an NBA bag. It's something that he was in his bag working on. So, yeah, the kid he could get buckets, bro. I think that's a good big 3. You just got to get the rest of the team going, like you said, in this build.
Oh, yeah, man. We do play tomorrow against Minnesota. Games at 9:30. We already have a W against Minnesota this season. In our second game of the season, we was able to defeat the Timberwolves by a score of 128-110. Luka did play in that game. Damn near put up a 50 pop. But this game will be a little different. Austin Reeves will be leading the team. We'll have some guys back, hopefully. Minnesota looking to be rejuvenated as well this year. As little sluggish start from them, but they'll come up tight, man. And I'm just hoping for a Lakers win tomorrow. I'm just hoping for more wins and losses as everybody hopes this season. But in all, I'm just hoping for a great construction hat and a great construction job when Luka Incorporated finally opens and he's the sole owner.
Yeah, when it's his caddy to drive, I get that. Yeah, 100%.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. So we covered one side of the rivals, now to cover the other side. My Celtics. Ironically, maybe it's not so ironic because our two teams been mirroring each other for years because it's the same comp. We love battling each other, and we feel like the only comp that we got to worry about is them. It's kind of like we can have all the other rivalries in our own conference, all that. We don't care. The only thing that Celtics fans care about is that we hope the Lakers are bad and that we're winning. And it's the same and vice versa. So with that said, Yeah, we're also kind of in a rebuild. But it's not your typical rebuild. It's a weird rebuild. And I say this because think about the team that just won a ship. Just recently won a ship, not last year, before. Won a ship. Drew's gone. Porzingis gone. Horford gone. Smart wasn't there for the ship, but again, Smart gone. Like a lot of these guys that we brought in for this little run, the moment JT went down, their days were numbered. And then I called it. The minute we saw Tatum rolling around on that floor, holding the back of his leg, I was like, oh, Porzingis is out of here. And so is Drew Holiday. They're gone because there's no need to have those contracts for the minimal production that we were getting out of those contracts to have them on the team anymore. So we moved on from them. We still have our core. When we're all back healthy, we got Tatum, we got Brown, and we got White. And then Pritchard has become part of our core. It's going to take like a monumental offer for us to ever move Pritchard. We love that kid. It's crazy. So with that said, yeah, we have our core four there, but Tatum's down. That leads me to a little piece of the news for my Celtics that I have this week. And that is my worst fear for this whole situation, which is they're talking about Tatum playing this year. We do 3 shows a week together for like the last 3 years, 4 years almost. You know, the moment he got hurt, I said he better not play a single minute of basketball next season. I don't want to see him for another 2 years or a year and a half. I'll see him the following season. I don't want to see him play.
Yeah, injury to see. We've seen it a lot. We've seen it live playoff games. Running him through the mud already. The guy was playing 40 plus minutes already. Too many
minutes. So too many minutes. Got himself hurt.
Come on, Jason.
And yo, we even saw another one in the finals when we saw it happen to Halliburton. I don't want these guys playing this season. Get back and get right. Playing too early on the Achilles is a nightmare. I do not want this, but it does not matter what little old me on the Roberts podcast wants, because apparently the Celtics are pushing, and the reason they're pushing is because he's pushing. He wants to play this year.
He's pushing. They're pushing. We got to remember too, Will, for your Celtics too, new management here. Yeah. And people may not pay attention to that a lot because a lot of ownership in basketball, people think about the basketball more. People don't really think about the organization and stuff until shady stuff goes on in the organization. So right now, what I'm seeing, we've seen Jason Tatum, we've seen the sneaker release. We've seen the new Jason Tatum 3s or 2s release. We've seen him there at the release. We see him obviously trying to get back in shape. You know, as much as dunking the ball, and the Celtics want him to play and push him to play. And like I agree with you, Will. I don't want him to touch the court at all. Not because of the circumstances of the Lakers Celtics, but just for the fact that I want him to be good when he does come back. You know? And some people do come back. Some people do come back from these injuries and are like, okay.
You don't want no excuses when you beat it. I want him healthy.
I want nothing. I want this guy to be in there. And what's going on right now in the world of money does this to you is that you should be wanting this $300 million man to get right away.
You're right.
But what y'all doing is you don't want to lose engagement of this fan base here of the Celtics. You spent tons of money on this roster. You know, a lot of things happened prior to having this team that won in 2024. You basically went about 8 to 10 years trying to get to this place. You finally get there to the mountaintop.
Getting to the ECF, getting to the finals, getting to the ECF, getting to the finals, but not winning. Now we won it.
Yeah, and then that happens to him. So now it leaves your roster of Pritchard having to, and we knew he was going to have a much bigger role with the Celtics this season anyway, but it gives him to like really have to think in his mind like, damn, I got to go out here and do this. Derek White has that gene in him in a sense because he played a couple years in San Antonio where he might have been the number 1 and number 2 guy.
Mm-hmm.
But San Antonio's offense is like, it's not really explosive like that.
No, it's next man open.
Jaylen Brown, very, 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 very important year for him because this can turn into a situation where maybe they want Tatum and don't want you. maybe you're expendable soon if the Celtics can't maintain what they was when Jason does come back. They're not going to trade Jalen, of course, right now while your man's gone. But my thing for the Celtics is take the little mini rebuild as a vacation. Maybe this is what the Celtics need.
Tank. Where's the tanks?
So now you can take and get a top 3-4 pick and still have your main top 5 guy coming back, along with a piece that could probably be a top 5 piece that year, rookie-wise, along with probably the second, third, fourth, or fifth best second-tier player in the league, and Jaylen Brown. You have something, and then all those other guys can go back to playing their roles. And that's the thing. When you got to up your role a little bit, it's hard. It's reality where, like, people screaming out here, oh, Pritchard ain't that. Pritchard never was. It was just a good
he wasn't. What he was always open because of the other guys. Like, that's what
he took advantage of what was going on. That's what good players do. That's what good teammates do. You take the pieces and you destroy those, and you destroy the pieces that they're not going to want to fix or create.
Yeah.
Derek White, like I said, Derek White's already had that DNA gene. But everybody else outside of them, you added Anthony Simmons this season, which is a guy that if he's hot, he's hot. But at the same time, he's still developing. So
he had kind of his little breakout game for the Celtics the other day. Trying to look for exactly what he scored. But
last night, didn't he?
Yeah, last night. Yeah, he had do you have the numbers on that? Because I have something pulled up, but it's not.
He had a decent game last night, 25 points for the young G. Former of the Portland Trail Blazers. And he's gonna be a guy that's come off the bench this season. Because they're gonna need Pritchard to play that veteranship on the Celtics because he's a veteran compared to Simons, and he can get in the game now, and he can be the microwave that Pritchard was last year. He shot 9 of 17 last night. They beat the Pelicans by 32. So
the Pelicans suck. Not to mention, like you're saying, they're gonna start Pritchard more because he knows the system. He knows how these players play. He knows how to play off of them already. Plus that backup point guard role for us is our 6th man. It's a microwave guy, like you said. And if we're being honest, Simon's the better microwave guy. He's a bucket.
Exactly.
He's a bucket. So you put him in that role and let Pritchard be the starter. Also, you kind of need Pritch to start learning a lot more about how to fully run the offense, not just be a cog who's out there shooting and getting buckets. Because like you said, he's been coming in games most of his career just going like, we're firing up threes. That's what we're doing here. Like, he's not running systems or nothing like that. Now he's going to have an opportunity to have to learn that a little bit.
And when your team signs you to a deal, a contract, or whatever, they give you more money.
More responsibility, but more money.
And the more, you know why? Because you want to stay with this team to get the ultimate contract, or you want other teams to be watching you and say, hey,
show me.
Steal you. So he's already on his way to get some millions. But
he's going to be fine.
You don't want to be the guy to get the millions that don't do nothing.
And then you suck. You don't want that.
You want to be the guy to get millions that still has your name. And Pritchard, your name is ringing around Boston. And I hope for your name to continue around Boston. What you've done so far in your stint of Boston is pretty dope. And it seems like you like the city. So continue to grow and play.
I also have another fascinating story about my Celtics right now. This was released 3 p.m. today. And it came out finally what ailment Porzingis had that made him struggle to come back from that injury when he got hurt.
Like some virus.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's called POTS. It's called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Now, tachycardia, from what I know, and I'm not a doctor, but that involves the heart.
Yes.
And more importantly, I think your heartbeat, your heart rhythm. And so, that was dangerous. And they were in here, but they didn't really tell anybody. So everybody was just like, get him on the court. He's above. Why isn't he playing? Well, because he was on the verge of death, possibly. So maybe don't be so tough on the guy.
His caliber, 7 feet tall. Like, be cautious with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's dangerous, man. When you 7'3", that blood got a long way to pump. You need your heart to be working. It's got a long way to travel all that blood. So yeah, that was just a fascinating story. Like I hope he's okay now. I've seen a few highlights from him in Atlanta. He's looking like he enjoying being there, hitting buckets for them. And yeah, so also I'm hearing things about the Joe Mazzulla contract extension set to keep him in Boston for like a surprisingly long time. Is what I'm hearing. Which I don't know how I feel about that because I don't really know how great of a coach he is. I do love all of his post-game press conferences because he's a psychopath for sure. He's out of his mind, but fun to watch.
Yeah. We know where we hold on. We know incentives where they hit up. Joe Mazzulla might have gave himself another 3 to 4 years here, maybe 5, just for winning that championship.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be won, and he was in the seat. And like you said, Will, he may not be the best coach, and he might not be the best coach for them. He wasn't even supposed to be the coach for them. But he was blessed, and I feel like he engages with the players. I feel like he has a good bond with the players, and sometimes that overrides coaching your team.
Yeah,
you can't let that override you coaching your team. So we're gonna find out. Because the extension's probably gonna come next season. So probably in the next 2 seasons, we'll see where he's really at here because this guy is technically still training. They're not going to give him that benefit.
He's on the job training. This is crazy.
He's a champion now. He's a champion. Hold on. Yeah, champion coach now. You got to do this. You got to
call him champ. Everywhere you go, you got to call him champ.
My man's still in training wheel still. My man got other people. My man, hold on. Yeah, the regime. You see his coaches last
year? His coaching staff is either ex-players or ex-coaches, and they all did something good. Like every one of them.
And that's no disrespect to shame to him. I hope him well. I hope that he's able to keep the Celtic job for as long as he could. It's good to see a brother holding down the fort in Boston being a coach.
In Boston as a coach. The path that the path that Bill Russell paved for everybody. Yeah, absolutely.
This. We've seen Brad Stevens. We've seen the new element of Danny Ainge becoming Brad Stevens. And we see that Brad Stevens has a little bit of some Danny Ainge in him. So that's ultimately
he's not scared to trade guys, man. Like once he realized that party was over with Drew and Porzingis, they were gone real quick. And just as fast. Remember when he first got the job, the first thing he did was bring back Al Horford. But now, and we love Al. Like Al's one of our favorite players in this city. The moment Al got a little older, and we just didn't want to pay. Goodbye. Like he is not scared to cut bait with guys. So shout out to Brad Stevens. I notoriously always say that he failed up. He wasn't a bad coach, but he wasn't getting it done, and somehow that got him a way better job. Don't know how that happened, but.
So it's coming in too, man. Y'all play the Cavaliers tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. That's good. Cavaliers game, Celtics game tomorrow. Y'all looking to get to 2 and 3 on the season.
Yeah, it's rough. Looking like it's gonna be 2 and 4 though.
Great first week. As you say, you're opening a team of guys that gotta learn on the fly in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So playing the game, a winnable game against Philly on opening night. Couldn't get the win at the end of the day. Then you went to New York against what people are trying to pin as the Eastern Conference champions. They lost that game, and then Detroit, they played a tough game against Detroit, wasn't able to handle their biz in the fourth quarter of that. But last night, a respectable win to get your blood flowing a bit as you go into this game against the Cavaliers tomorrow, who have looked pretty good this year to start.
It's a make or break year for Jalen. We're gonna find out about Jalen this year.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna find out about him.
And so far, it's not looking good, man. I know he's a great player, but here's the thing about Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's a great player. In fact, like 85 to 90% of teams would take Jaylen Brown as their second best player, hands down. And there's a few teams that would take him as their best player. They wouldn't care. They'd be happy about that. Great player, can defend, can score. My only problem with Jaylen is that the holes in his game that he has are so easily exploitable, and it shows up on the big stage. Now, that being said, Finals MVP, I do believe it's a lot easier to be Finals MVP when the other guy's getting all the attention. But I digress.
I've been saying that forever. People try to argue me about Iguodala getting one that long. I'm like, dude,
like, what? Bro, yeah, it was because it's the only guy they couldn't account for because they had to literally chase Clay and Curry around this court and stop Draymond from being a menace. Yeah, he was gonna do something when he was the only guy left to deal with.
Like,
yeah. But again, it's a show me year for Jalen. If Jalen has this team in a real bad spot, by the time like Tatum comes and then Tatum comes back and then we play and probably end the season middle of the pack, we're not gonna have much of a run in the playoffs this year, even if we get there with Tatum back, because I don't think Tatum's gonna be himself, and I just don't think we have the overall team to make a legitimate run to the championship at least. Maybe, I mean, you could probably sneak through and get an Eastern Conference Finals bid, but I don't know if you're gonna go much further with this particular team this year. But if they don't look good, if they don't do all that, there's gonna be some questions that the people are gonna start asking about Jalen, and Brad, as we just talked about, might answer those questions. I also want to know if we're gonna go get a big.
That's my thing too. That's been my kind of. It sucks that Porzingis is dealing with what he's dealing with, because that was a good match until it wasn't.
I did like that fit. He was hitting. He could hit.
The fit was good. Well, yeah, the fit was good until it wasn't. You can't.
Facts.
The crazy thing is that another team wants him, and that's my issue. But that's for another show.
Porzingis?
Yeah, that's for another show.
Like, well, he's in Atlanta now. He got talk to Atlanta. So
I'm just like, the medical records to me scare me off. But yeah,
it'd be a good fit in the Lakers.
Yeah,
he gives y'all some things y'all need.
And we'll probably end up getting a guy like him too. I don't even like Ayton, honestly. I thought it would be better fitted than Ayton on that team. We don't.
Ayton's a lob though. Ayton's a consistent lob, and you got two guys who could throw that lob. And Luka loves throwing that lob. But I agree with you. If I had a choice between Ayton and Porzingis right now, if I knew they were both healthy, I'd probably take Porzingis for that team.
Takeaway is sick, man. Looking at these Celtics players, you say you got a lot of new guys over here. You got Chris Boucher, former Raptor over there. Naeem Quetta, who played with the Celtics last year.
Yeah, Keita's I'm not a big Keita fan, but he looks better this year. And Tillman, who's been
Josh Minot.
I like Minot.
Minot is going to be okay for you guys this year. He's a Celtic right now. He was with the Timberwolves prior. You're not getting no run in that rotation. Comes to a Celtics team where he'll probably see some good tick since they're looking for some scoring balance. And this is a guy that's raised the eye in the first 4 games of the season for me.
Yeah. I agree.
Hugo Gonzalez, we'll wait for that. We'll wait for that. We'll wait for him to grow.
But I love what I'm seeing. Yes. I love what I'm seeing.
He's a guy I want to see in 2 years where this projection is, because I like it. I like it so far.
Every team in the league wants a Hugo. Every team. He's pure hustle. He's active on every trip up and down the court. No matter what side he's on, he's active. I'm loving what we're seeing from Hugo. He's not going to get a lot of time, but hopefully he'll get some, though.
It's going to be this season right here for both of our teams here. Like I said, we ain't going to flaunt championships. We're not going to flaunt the past. We know what we've done to the rest of the teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
But what this symbolizes for us is that other teams we see are coming. Other teams, the market, the way the NBA is orchestrating themselves in a sense, it gives everybody more of an equal opportunity to go win. So my advice would be
parity
for both teams is for all teams in the league that are trying to be what the Celtics and Lakers are historically. You got to eliminate both of these teams out the equation, because if you don't.
Got to beat the man. You want to beat the man.
One of these teams are going to blossom. I'm going to go my Lakers to blossom. He's going to go with the Celtics to blossom. Cool. I know, honestly, before the Jason Tatum injury, Celtics looked like they was in a better place. And I still think the Celtics are in a better place.
Luka helps though. Luka helps though.
If this Luka Express is good and Luka's able to stay healthy, you know what I'm saying, and stay at a tone where he's not being hurt all the time, then I'm cool with that. But this NBA season is going to tell a lot for my Lakers and the direction that we're going to go into next. Though we're already there. But you got to remember, there's a lot of deficiencies with Luka that LeBron didn't really carry. Yeah. And that's the scary part that I'm scared about. Can they get the pieces around him? Yes. But the Lakers have to be smart money-wise and how they spend their money in the next year, some change. Hold all that money. You got some draft picks. You need the Rockets to take it all, absolutely. And I think the Rockets are not done with their roster yet. We spoke about this last week. We'll speak a little bit about
I don't think they're done. They got a lot of front court guys that they could probably move and try to get a point guard. Yeah.
Need a guard. Rockets need a guard. They're going to need somebody 6 feet. Now, they're saying nobody 6 feet can win you a championship, but if you add a 6-footer to a bunch of 7-footers, you can win a championship.
They just need somebody who can pass and hit the open shot, man. That's what they need at the one, which should be Reed, but they need another guy. He can't be alone, man.
What's going on, Brandon? How you doing tonight? Houston Rockets. And like I said, if anybody in here that comes through want to talk about their respective teams, we can break down and talk about your respective teams as well. We do the show for the green and yellow. I wear green tonight. We were supposed to wear yellow, but he didn't get the script.
I blew it.
We'll get it next week. We'll get it going.
Yeah.
But in all, this is a show for us to kind of just, get our NBA talk in. You know what I'm saying? And maybe not at times.
A little yellow.
But you have a lot of stuff at times with our teams that don't get out, especially to the public. For anybody that's our followers or lifelong friends, this is your time now to be a lifelong friend.
Come through, follow us.
You haven't been real lifelong friends. You haven't been friends. You know what I'm saying? You haven't been watching us. So shout out to everybody that's been tuning in to us. I've been rolling out some NBA scores for the night, man, because like I said, we don't have much of a script, but, this is NBA, and we're going to just throw some NBA scores at you tonight. Not a lot on the slate tonight. A couple games. Games that ended tonight. The Heat with a 144-117 victory over the Charlotte Hornets. Yami Vasquez, 28 points in their victory over the Hornets.
That's who we hope Hugo becomes.
Yami.
We want Hugo to be Jaime. That's what we want.
We had a good game tonight. In Milwaukee, the Bucks prevailed, 121-111 over the New York Knicks. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 37-8 for him. Jalen Brunson led the way for the New York Knicks with 36 points. Bucks moved to 3-1. Knicks on the season 2-2. We had the Kings versus Thunder. The Thunder 5-0. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 31 points to help the Thunder to their 5th straight win. I got to look at the box score. We got to look at the free throw attempts. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, after getting 40 free throw attempts in the first 3 games, just about, I think he's been to the line 6 times in the last 2.
Good. So, whatever he was doing, I love how dominant he is, but he don't need it. He like remember the stat last year? The stat last year was if you took away every single free throw he made, he still would have won the scoring title. He doesn't need the help, NBA. Stop it.
And I was talking to a friend of mine a few weeks ago. Shout out to my boy Mike. And we were speaking on Philly and how Philly can be a better team with what they got to deal with. Like Paul George hurt right now, and Embiid's in and out the lineup hurt. And my guy said to me, he said, "Yo, they gotta just let the others play. Like even if Embiid's mad in a sense, you gotta let the others play. And he gotta learn that his injuries are injuries, and the team got to go about it that way." So, for instance, the first few games, Embiid hasn't really been playing. Philly's been winning. Tonight, Embiid plays. He's rested, well rested, because he hasn't played a lot. He had a good game tonight. You know what I'm saying? Philly, overtime win over Washington. Embiid, 25-7 in 23 minutes. You don't got to play 40. You got 2 guards now. Edgecombe didn't really have an efficient game shooting tonight, 4 for 12, but he's showing you that he can play. Maxey,
what
on
he is.
the other
He's
hand,
gonna be a problem.
Maxey's tearing up still from last year. 39 on 11 to 25, 10 assists. And that's 10 assists from Maxey's good.
10 assists from Maxey is beautiful. Maxey's damn near unguardable right now. His combination of speed, his bag, and the ability to shoot from the distance he can shoot from it's Dame worthy-esque. Like it's very much like Dame. Like it's so I love what Maxey's doing. I love what Edgecombe is going to become and what he already is, honestly. Yeah, I'm with you, too. They got to treat Embiid like a sixth man. He can start. Because he's the guy, right? It's his franchise. I understand that. He can start. But he needs to be treated like a sixth man where you come in, you run for a bit, you sit down, you got to get your buckets quick. You're a great player, so it shouldn't be hard for you to get your buckets. You just said it, too. What did he give him, 25 and 23 minutes?
Yep.
If you can do that, the Sixers are one of the best teams in the league right now. Like, they could be if you just do that, Embiid. Like, but it's when he's playing all these extra minutes, he's getting hurt, missing time. They went out and got, don't get me wrong, like this name was a really good name like 5 years ago, but Andre Drummond behind him, which when Embiid is out, that guy's not going to ever replace Embiid's offense, but he will give you the rebounds and he'll give you some serviceable defense. And if you drop it off to him around the bucket, it's probably a dunk.
He'll probably get a finish. Yeah, he'll get a finish or two. So Philly's one of the unknown teams for me this year. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with these two guys playing right now. You got Quentin Grimes on the bench playing excellent ball. You got some good wing guys in Oubre, and you still got and you can
young
still
move
this team around. So
what's the young boy too? Not Edgecombe, the young guy from last. Who?
Oh, what you talking about? He's hurt right now, McLean.
I know.
He's never played yet.
That's what I'm saying. I know, but he's coming back. That's like getting a draft pick late, like a little later in the season because he's a baller. I forget what is his name again.
I'm Jared McLean from Duke.
McLean, that's what. Jared. Yeah. Fucking Jared's a beast, bro. Like when he was playing, he was a bucket. So
Philly
get
got
him healthy.
Some moves, man. Philly got some moves made. Saw for Washington tonight. 13 to 23, 31 and 11. I think he was the number 1 draft pick last year.
Sarr? I love Sarr. I told people were hating on Sarr last year, like, oh, he actually sucks. I was like, no, it takes big men a lot longer to develop in this league. And he looked like a guy who just didn't have the proper like NBA skill training yet. But he had the athleticism, he could rebound, he could shoot, he could dunk. Like he got all of that. He just had no bag, and he had to figure out how to do the rotations on defense and just all the little things you gotta learn as a big man. He's starting to learn that. I did want to answer a question that coach asked. Does Giannis have anything left? Yes, he has plenty in the tank. However, his tank is operating at power save mode because this team is not it. This team is not going to do anything with the guys he got around him. Do they trade him by the break?
No,
I don't think so
either. This right now, I'd say no. Because what he asked for before the season started, the Bucks keep giving him what he wants. And he's asking for players. He's asking for players, but then you're not gonna bring players here for me. Yeah. I want my brother here. I want my brother here. Okay. I'll stay here for a couple more years. 2 more years, we go back to this discussion. In a year and a half, 2 years tops, we'll come back to this discussion because then by then,
give me NBA star. I want my brother.
They'll figure out that his brother's trash and they won't want him no more. Then this will be a problem with Giannis. Not that I want to be traded to New York Knicks. They trade me to the New York because that many times and in the New York Knicks.
Yeah. Me and Jalen.
Giannis still has stuff in the tank, but like Will said, all his gas is eventually going to run out with Milwaukee if they don't get him the help or he's gone. But in all, Giannis is like tonight. He still pin up 20, 30 points a game. Can get you 10 rebounds. He's gonna give you everything on the stat sheet. The thing is for him, and people are gonna probably bash him for it, but this dude's played almost 10 years, about 10 years with the same franchise. This dude's giving his blood, sweat, and tears. If he wants to decide to move, let him move. He wants to leave.
Also, he did that entire time with no other actual superstar next to him.
No superstar.
Not one. Closest thing he had to a superstar was the corpse of Dame Lillard. That's what he had because Dame was towards the end of his career. Had he gotten Dame 3 years earlier, he probably has another ring. But
Sixers are 4-0, man. Sixers are undefeated. They're 4-0.
Also, he's stuck, man. Giannis is stuck between the fact that he wants to win more and his idol was Kobe. But, like, I think he thought when he got an MVP and a championship that he could start making, like, Kobe and LeBron moves for his franchise. And all he's gotten was his bum-ass brother signed. Like, nothing else has really worked out.
He's in Milwaukee. Unfortunately, unlike LeBron and Kobe, where they were in town, they had a little bit of money. Like even when LeBron felt like, okay, Cleveland, you don't got enough money, and Cleveland was throwing all their money at him. I'm gonna just go to Miami. No state tax, right?
They got money.
I'm gonna go to Miami, and they got money. You know, so they're gonna give me what I want. I'm gonna go to LA for a while. The Lakers were giving LeBron what he wanted, and then ultimately they said, hold on, this guy's getting hurt. This guy's turned into a rock. We're not doing this no more. We're going to save our money. We're not signing you to a $200 million deal this summer. You can take the 52.
And in fact, not only we're not signing you to all that, we just traded for your replacement. Like that's what we did. So
and we decided Austin Reeves. Well, no, I don't even think they signed Austin Reeves yet. Did he get paid? Did he get extended over the summer? I don't know.
I feel like he had to.
That was an issue too. He looking for the bag for sure. But yeah, tomorrow too, NBA. There's a good slate tomorrow too. A bunch of teams in action. As I mentioned, Celtics, Cavaliers on Will's side tomorrow. That's at 7 o'clock on ESPN.
Probably a loss.
My Lakers tomorrow have the doubleheader on ESPN. We have the second game against Minnesota at 9:30. Other than that, you got the Raptors, Rockets at 6:30. There's a few NBA games this season that's already started at 6:30. That's pretty good.
Y'all should win that game. I know y'all hurt, but y'all should probably still win that game because there's no Edwards that game. He's out.
He's out. Ooh.
I think he's out for 2 weeks, unless I read that wrong somewhere. I think he's out for 2 weeks.
We got the Magic versus the Pistons, Hawks versus the Nets. The Nets are 0-4, trying to get their first win of the season. The 3-0 Bulls play the Kings. The Pacers are 0-3, though they play competitive in a lot of those games. They play the Mavericks, who are 1-3 as well. Got their first victory against the Raptors the other night. Cooper Flag trying to pick up his momentum game by game.
We need a documentary. We need a documentary not just on that 08 Celtics team. I think they've done those already. But we need a documentary on what exactly we did to the Nets franchise. Because they have not recovered, bro. The best thing that they did was try to put that little big three together that failed miserably. It has been a nightmare for them since.
You know they did. You know they did, right? That you're not supposed to do.
What?
You can let a player leave Boston and go to Brooklyn. You can let a player leave Brooklyn and just sign to Boston like free agent deals. We've seen it in Boston time. We've seen it with a bunch of Red Sox go to New York. Some New Yorkers probably go to Boston. More probably Boston guys go to New York.
It's the other way. It's bad.
What you never do is you never trade and make them your trade partner. And that's where the Nets went wrong. But the Nets figured since they was in Brooklyn, they can get away with that petty scheme. And they got schemed themselves by the Boston Celtics. That's exactly what happened.
Owner. Remember that was the Russian owner that got just hosed. He thought he was gonna make a splash. He was like,
that's under the Jay-Z regime. So this is again Jay-Z. And the one thing about Jay-Z is, for all he's done in life successfully,
not afraid of basketball.
When he fails at something, he doesn't continue with it. He just takes it.
He leaves. He's like, I'm out. That wasn't for me. I'm done.
I'm gone. So
I think he also realized, his whole life of rap fans are tough to deal with. He was like, but I didn't know shit about sports fans. They're insane.
Sports. I'm just a cool guy. This is what happens though. When people are cool guys, snap, Jay-Z's on the board. Jay-Z, They're gonna be a good team. Cool. Jay-Z don't even know how to shoot a basketball. I don't even think Jay-Z can shoot a basketball. And we talked about him as a savior of Brooklyn.
Yeah. Wasn't gonna work. And nobody and there wasn't a single album he could drop that would make those fans forgive him for like this team being whack. So fascinating situation. But hey, with no script, this is what we do with basketball, man.
Yes, sir. Hey,
cooking up too. Appreciate you.
We'll have a brand new. We'll have a script every week. Tune into us weekly. We don't want to battle for that Wednesday spot. So either a Tuesday spot or Monday spot will be best ideal for us. We'll keep you posted before the weekend starts on when the next show is. We'll make sure to let y'all know that this show will be on days beforehand, so we can get in motion with our homework, as well as y'all can get in motion with y'all homework. If y'all want to come on and chat, anybody that wants to be a guest, feel free to come on every now and again, man. A late night session. That's probably going to bite. Come through.
We don't bite. Took might yell at you. I'm going to make some jokes, but we don't bite.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We want other rival teams to come in here too. Who's your rival? Yeah. We want to know who your rival is.
The Rivals podcast. Bring your rivalries. Bring your basketball rivalries. That goes for college ball too. Bring your basketball rivalries. We here for it.
Shout out to STWF TV for the amazing things they do with production. You see the screen, see everything going on here. So shout out to the family, man, for us making sure we good. And we'll see them guys in here as the show goes on as well. There's a couple of things that had to do. We had one person watching the Blue Jays trying to ice the game against the Dodgers.
They did it, by the way. They won.
Oh, okay. So it's 2-2 now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, 2-2.
And most importantly for the Blue Jays, I think they secured a trip back, at least one more game back at home by winning this game.
They did
because of the way that they do what it did 1-3-1, some crazy thing.
They go 2-3-2. So last two will be in Toronto if necessary. Well, game 6 will be necessary, but game 7
it's necessary now, right? So I'm hyped. Hey, I'm hyped for bro. I'm hyped for his team. Plus you know the drill here. It's fuck the Dodgers. So salute. I hope Dodgers lose.
Fuck the Dodgers unless you play in the Yankees.
Then it's just fuck this game because I hate both of those teams.
Apparently, last year during the Yankees-Dodgers World Series, there's a bunch of fans just screaming and blasphemy at the Yankees. But I can understand why. It's crazy, man. But this is how the show is going to be this year too. We gave y'all the light side of us today, but for discretion, if you hear us bickering back and forth one of these days, that's just what it's supposed to be. This is rivalry.
We was kids, man. West End House. Look, hey, show him the shirt. Show him the shirt.
I don't.
Yeah, we've been doing it since then. That's why. Don't worry about it. We're here to have fun though. But we appreciate everybody came through. It's time to do my best coach impression. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to Dale. Shout out to Dale's burner account, which is really just his BS and beer. Go watch that trash show with his trash teams. And shout out to Brandon. We appreciate y'all coming through and supporting our inaugural first show. And we got this. What we say, it's gonna be 25 minutes, not with me and Took. We're just under an hour. That's how we move, man. We get it cooking. So with that said, like, share, subscribe. Come see your boys every week. Also, by the way, too, I like the Tuesday one because if we do it after the show on Monday, we end up missing the very end of the Monday Night Football games to talk basketball. I think it's gonna play well.
You want to do Tuesdays? I'm down with Tuesdays.
I like Tuesdays. I like Tuesdays. It's middle of the week. Nobody wants to do a double shift on Monday, right? All right, we don't gotta do double shift on Monday. Monday suck already. Let's not make them worse. Double shifts on Tuesday, double shifts on Wednesday because of the SEC podcast. So that's how we gonna move. Any changes, we'll let y'all know.
Absolutely, man. Y'all have a good night. If you're on the East Coast, go to sleep now. If you're on the West Coast, enjoy a little bit more, your few hours.
Yeah. Go to sleep in a couple hours.
Go to sleep at 2 hours, 10 o'clock.
Shout out to Dale once again for setting up the show. By the way, if you like our background here, that's all Dale, man. Dale cooked up for this. He did that like on the chat after a show one day. That's how he rolled. But yeah,
it doesn't want to
this
talk
has been our show, man. This has been the Rivals. Set me so time.
Let's go.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.